2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Everyone, you know it's that time of the week, Fast Left Friday. This is AZcrypto and MrFOMO. Guys, please continue to hit that like button. Please hit subscribe. We got to get to 100 as soon as possible. So please, pretty please. Yeah, even the cat wants it so bad. Let's get our numbers up. So we appreciate all the views, but please share and let's spread the word. And
we're going to give you our 63 subscribers. We love that we're getting up that high. We're working towards 100, 1,000. Let's keep climbing.
Yeah, let's keep climbing. Let's get more views on every video. We've got some interesting flips today. I'm going to start with one that we've talked about before, and I feel like right now is a good price. Now, you know, we do have a possible futures week, but I'm under the impression that it's not going to be a big deal this month. I just want to throw that out there. Sometimes on certain futures week, especially when things have been going well, which they really haven't the last week and a half. So that's something. Sometimes the price kind of really of BTC really gets clogged down, but I still, call me crazy, I still think we're on a slight uptrend here until towards the end of May. I don't think we're gonna go below 40. I could be wrong, but I feel like we could pretty well have confidence here that we're going to stay above 40, and I think we will recover back into the 42 range. And Eagle right now at 157 is a nice pickup. And it's one we've talked about before. We love EGLD as a long term because of the tokenomics, circulation. You've got 23.5 million. Your market cap is only 3.6 right now, 3.6 billion. Pretty nice market cap for this project. It's been as high as 500s before, 156, 157. I like this. If you're not into it, you want to make some quick money over the next week or two. But what I really love is, let's say you do get trapped because we get into a downward. And I would never put all my money in at once anyways, but you could DCA over time, and eventually, I mean, I have strong feelings that someday EGLD will go over 1,000. So getting it at 156, even if you got caught in it, I think you'd be fine as long as you were able to be patient. So I like it because it's a safe flip. I also like it because I feel like it can get back into the 170s, 180s fairly quickly as soon as BTC shows some strength.
I love this pick too. You know, I'm in it and I'm actively DCAing it right now too, because I got caught in it a little bit. But this is a project that I feel like in the long term could be an easy 10x. You know, by the next halving, I could easily see this making that kind of a jump. You mentioned the price. On the daily chart, you can see that it fell down to 154. It had a nice little bounce there. And then if you look on the monthly chart, you can see, or excuse me, the yearly chart and the monthly chart and the weekly chart, you can see that area 154, that mid 150s, is a real strong resistance and support area. A lot of buying goes on at this area, so you can see why.
It's one of the few coins that since January hasn't completely gone under. What I mean is you're not seeing it go all the way down to 100 or 90 or 80. I mean, it's held. You know, I got in around the 170 range, and it's kind of, even in the worst of times, it's held into the 150s. Yeah. So it's not one of those where you're going to look buy today and you're going to see it down to 70. There's just too much strength. The tokenomics are too strong. Obviously not as strong as Luna, but you know, who is? But it's right up there. It's one of the tiers for tokenomics. EGLD would be just right below. I'd have Luna at the top, and I would have EGLD in the second tier with some of the other coins. So I like it.
I would have it right below Algo. I think you'd probably have Luna, and then somewhere around there, you'd probably have Algo as probably a leader of that next round or that next tier. And then EGLD is probably right there, right behind Algo in my mind.
So what's nice about EGLD is the market cap is even lower than Algo's.
Yeah, so that's right. And you have that great limited supply. That's something that we've talked about before on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And 31 million is a lot less than billions or trillions or quadrillions like some coins. So I like that supply.
Yeah, right now supply only 23.55 million. So again, EGLD, if you're not in it, take a quick look. If you are in it and you're down, might want to consider DCAing if you plan to sell anytime soon. But if you're a long-term holder of EGLD, 156, 157, which is hovering around right now, good time to accumulate for sure. I don't see this one going under 100 before the next halving. I think the 100s is where you're going to live, and you're probably going to live in the 130 to 150 range. So you're talking about a coin that easily get up to 1,000 next halving. Anytime you can get in the 150s, 130s, 140s, great buy. So you got an interesting one for us. It's an older coin, older project, not one we really talked about on the show, but there might be some news this week that might make this a great pick for the next 7 days. Why don't you give it to us?
Well, and actually, there's some news that's going to start this week. They're actually building a bridge with Starknet that's going to allow them to be multi-chain. Right now, they're a staple of the DeFi on Ethereum, but they are going to be making the move to other chains, and this is the beginning of that. So if you believe in interoperability, you believe in multi-chain, in a multi-chain future like we do, we talk about it all the time, then this is going to be an important step. They're building it with Starknet. There's 4 steps to it. The first happens on April 8th when the bridge goes live. After that, they begin slowly transitioning from an only ETH token to being able to function on multiple chains. And that's going to help them obviously bring tons of liquidity in. And it allows them to bring their DeFi products to other chains. It's just going to make a lot of noise for them. And their market cap is really nice. If you're talking about flips, you're talking about a market cap of about 1.5 billion, between 1.5 and 2 billion. It's a lot easier to move that low of a cap. And if you're talking about price, in the past year, the low that this has been at is 1518. We're at 1700 now. So if you're getting in on this and you're zooming out at the price, it got as high as 6300 at one point. Right now, it's sitting at 1700, and the floor seems to be 1500 over the last 52 weeks. You're talking about possibly picking up a good project that could scoot a little bit with this news coming through.
I like about a flip is you're buying the hype and you're selling the news. So the hype is what's going to push this price. I have a feeling when the actual news comes out, there's going to be a bit of a dump. So this is a good time. It's not April 28th is a week from now. That sometimes works in crypto. The rumor is what gets the price going up. And once the news actually comes true, then you see a downward action. So it's probably a good buy. BTC right now, still above 40. Again, I think it's going to be hard. I do think we still have a shot at 50. I'm not going to give up on 50. I didn't guarantee 50, but I think it's going to be hard for us to get well above 50. Just a lot of leverage trading that hurts. And also we are in a friendly bear market, like I keep saying. We have 4 months of data right now to kind of show that. Doesn't mean we can't go up, because I saw today that there was a good chance Luna was going to buy more Bitcoin. So that's one of the things that gives me hope for the rest of the month. But doesn't mean we can't go up and maybe make it to 55. But we're just trying to be realistic on this channel. You're never going to hear us make these crazy predictions about BTC being at 100K by June or July. We'd just be lying to you guys. And that's not what we're here for. That's not what the channel is about.
Right. And you mentioned leverage trading, and you mentioned 50K. It's funny that you mentioned both of those things sort of one after the other, because there are a lot of leverage traders out there that also feel strongly about 50K at the end of the month. And I have a feeling that's going to keep us from getting there.
Sadly.
Yeah, sadly, that's the manipulation that holds the market down. It's not, these giant whales are moving money, and that manipulates the market, but they wouldn't be incentivized if you wouldn't have these huge amounts of leverage trades, sitting there taking longs at 50,000 when the math just really doesn't support that kind of a leap in the next week or so.
Yeah, and like we've told you guys, if you're new to crypto, the alts almost always follow BTC. So as soon as BTC does show strength, you'll see the alts follow. And if you're trying to get in out of a project, that's probably a good time to do so. Just a heads up.
That's right.
So yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. It's going to be an interesting weekend. I'd really like to see BTC recover and not only get back to 42, but try to push 43 by the beginning of next week. I think that would be healthy. And we'll see what kind of run we could make in the last week of April. So guys, remember, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. Please share our videos. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZcrypto. Have a great weekend, everybody.
See ya.